Folks say this is BK's best roster. The 2023 roster had 4 first-round picks on offense. Who outside of Nuss and maybe Caden are the 4 first-rounders on this offense? Brambo, I'll remind you about this. Just like I talk about with recruiting rankings. First-round picks are awesome. Tells you, a lot about talent, for sure. 2006, we had 4 first-rounders. 2007, we had 1. 2006, won a Sugar Bowl. 2007, won a national championship. So it doesn't mean maybe the high-end talent, but in the totality of a roster, it can still be more talented. From top to bottom, from 1 to 11, from 1 to 22. That's, I think, what people are talking about. Because we had Jimmys and Joes in 06. You had Jamarcus, you had LaRon, you had Debo, you had Buster. You just had Putt, if I'm not mistaken, in 07, right? Mm-hmm. First-round pick. So I think it goes Glenn.
Yep.
And then I think I was the next one. And I think, no, Shevis. Shevis was the pick before me. He was 68. I think I was 69. I think Early was right after us, all in the 3rd round.
Mm-hmm.
So
Tyson was next year, right?
Tyson was the next year.
Yep.
So, I mean, I get what you're saying, but also
I think top to bottom,
the
just
talent is spread amongst the entire team, where that team that you're talking about, you had super high-end talent, but from 1 to 22 or 1 to 30 of the guys that were going to play, that wasn't maybe the same situation.
We had one of the worst defenses in the country, a historically bad defense. So you can't – I mean, it doesn't matter if you had 10 first-rounders on the offensive side of the ball that year. You still would have had the same record because we scored at a clip that was dang near 90% probably every time we touched the ball at certain points during the season. So, like, when they say it's the best roster, we would probably sit here and agree with you because – this is the year where there are no more excuses for Brian Kelly and that staff of why if you don't make the playoffs. There are none because they have filled in all the gaps that had been question marks. So all the weak parts that we've had, all the things that we've had to overcome from a coaching standpoint and a schematic standpoint, and the woes that we faced with the Matt House project, those have all been, at least on paper and what we think, have been rectified. Yeah. And we – from top to bottom, from the entire, when you look at all 11 players on defense, all 11 players on offense, from top to bottom, there are way less weaknesses than he's had. What are you laughing at?
Well, Brambo's like, well, both teams went 10-2, 06 and 07. He said, I believe 06 could beat 07. Hey, Brambo, the crazy part about it is I was a starting running back on both those teams.
How are we going to do that?
So I don't know how we're going to be in 2 places at one time.
Can't even do it.
It's going to be tough.
I was a holder
2007's
for both
defense,
teams. How are you going to do that?
2007's defense was so nasty. So nasty. And, I know who's on 06 as well. I'm going to just kindly disagree with that there. And also, 10-2 was the record that it took to win a national championship in 07. It wasn't in 06. Everybody in the country had losses. Not in regulation for us, though. I want to remind people about that.
Boom.
My whole point is,
they don't even really count.
You lose four first-round picks, but just like 07 with this one, like from top to bottom, I feel like you had more talent. Like another thing, like our quarterback in 07, sure, he smells colors, but he played almost a decade in the NFL. So, like I could bring up a lot of different arguments on this, like over and over and over again. My whole point is when people say that, that's why they say it. Because, Taylor, I'll throw this to you. You go to practice more than any of us. Are they more talented at safety this year than they were in 2023?
Yeah, I would say so.
Are they better overall at linebacker?
Yes, definitely.
What about
I like your point you made the other day about the safeties, like the guys that are
guys
running backups
the guys
this
who had
year.
to start last year, like Jordan Gilbert's not even playing safety anymore. That's how deep you are. He started every game at safety for you a year ago.
So the guys that are backing up this year are the guys we had to rely on last year,
yep.
which is great because they got the experience, but that also means we've brought in more talent at those positions.
And look, I think because of who you've brought in, the expectation has gone up, and Also, the pressure has gone up. Like, it's a good problem to have. Like, to be able to have the conversation of, is this the most talented roster that this coaching staff has had, which they've said it. It's been the coaches who have said it, and a lot of media members. That means that the expectation should go up. So you can be angry if they don't have a successful season. You should be angry. They went out and they put a lot of resources into this roster. They went and tried to find where they were deficient, and they tried to add as much as they possibly could. Right? You lost a tight end in the second round. You go add 2 tight ends. You know, you go lose an offensive lineman early in the first round. And in fact, you ended up losing 4, and you go and you bring multiple offensive linemen in. You had to upgrade the safety position, right? You upgraded at the corner position. You went and got multiple corners out of the portal. You went and got some defensive tackles. Like, where you lost, you tried to replenish.
They did what they had to do. If they didn't do those things, there would be a lot of questions because you knew the pieces you had coming back on offense. So if they went out after the season, they went to the offseason and into the portal and didn't hit, like, we would be having a lot different conversation about right now about it was a different type of pressure that this staff would be feeling right now. Now there's pressure now because you got the pieces. This is the good pressure. Like, if that didn't happen, if you didn't go get sure up safety, edge rusher, like all these, like, if you didn't do that, like, we'd be talking about, like, what are we doing?
Yeah.
But, like, now you did all the right things. You did the right things. You got your defensive coordinator. And now, like, now the pressure is all good. Yeah. Like, you got a lot to lose if you don't hit those marks, but this is what you come to LSU for. This is what.
Yeah.
Scott makes a really good point in the chat, too. He's like, which team had a better star?
6 row 7?
Oh, yeah. Who's better at that star position?
Actually, you're trying to be funny. You're trying to. We actually had one that was kind of a star, Harry Coleman.
Well, I can't remember.
I don't know. He played safety and linebacker.
No, he was safety.
What'd you say?
He was a safety. Hey, Harry, what position you play?
Which year?
LSU football roster. All right, just talk amongst yourselves.
I actually think in 2008, Harry Coleman started at linebacker. Next season.
Yeah, he
Pretty sure.
changed positions. All right, cool. It's like saying, last year I played left guard. This year I'm playing right guard. You didn't play star guard.
The best of all the things that we talk about, all the foolishness that we have here, when I'm out in the wild this week, the one thing people want to talk about is the star position.
That's it. That's it, because we talk about a lot of...
Not the bush tush?
Oh, not the bush tush.
Shockingly.
Shockingly, not the bush tush.
Just the star.
We talk about a lot of dumb things and a lot of smart things, too. But, I just don't understand when people try to, like, make football, like, harder than it is, sound more educated. Like, they say things to just sound really cool when talking about a simple thing. It's what makes me passionate.
Ooh.
There's only so many places to line up. There's only so many body types. There's only so many positions on the football field. I don't have to make anything up, over 100 years after football started. And try to normalize it.
I love my guy Brambo. He's always in the chat. He is really wanting to have this conversation. He just put LaRon Landry's name in the chat. LaRon was a dog. What's crazy is
the first round pick.
Well, it's crazy though. He got replaced.
LaRon Landry, safety out of LSU.
He got replaced the next year by an All-American in Craig Stout. So I was like, we can run in this circle. Craig played 7 years in the NFL. So, anyways, we love you, Brambo, and thanks for the conversation starter. We appreciate that.